please, please do not have Spellbreaker. Like, maybe you're not even playing this card. No. We already have a really good opening. There is Northshire Cleric on turn 1. Then we can consider keeping Elixir for the turn 3, because usually as a priest on turn 2 you will use hero power to get additional card because of the cleric. Okay, and if he won't have anything to deal with my 1-drop, then we will be really ahead on board. It also depends, because if he will go for the Mana Worm, and usually this is the play that you were doing on turn 1 as a mage, then I can just attack, heal. Okay, so it looks like he's going to pass. It's fine, we will see. I hope there won't be a Frostbolt, because then we can maybe play Mirage Collar, but this is a much better card that we should use. For example, on the Devilosaur Egg or on those Deathrattle cards. Okay, so Divine Shield, and we've got return this minion. Do we want to return a Cleric back? I think like Divine Shield is okay, especially because right now this minion won't take damage, and Divine Shield is not as that powerful against Mage because they can just use hero power and get rid of it. It will make them use 2 mana, but I think it's just better to go for it. Okay, we've got egg, so it's fine, because if this is explosive, then it's triggering our egg, so then pretty nice counter to this spell. Okay, and I have to say, a really good idea with putting the Devilosaur Egg into the deck, because right now, even if, like, this will trigger also Scalemancer, so we will get 5 mana 8/8, plus also then he will lose his secret. Okay, so do we want to apply more pressure, so play a big dude, or take the slow approach, which will be Scalemancer, and then we can also go for the Mirage Collar. But I think like Kobold is so... yeah, okay. So this is the play right now. Our... how was it even called? The Devilosaur, okay. Yeah, the Devilosaur Egg summons the Devilosaur. It makes sense. Okay, so then we will buff this dude. He will need some kind of removal, and I think this game is already over, because he will need to deal with those minions. Then we've got a really good follow-up, which is Scalemancer, plus also few other cards we can curve out pretty nicely, because then on turn 7, like Mirage Collar and Defender of Argus makes a lot of sense. Plus also we've got this Elixir, and Deathrattle return this minion to your hand, and this means that we can play this on the biggest minion, and then he will need, for example, Polymorph to get rid of this Deathrattle effect. So we've got still a pretty nice refill. Maybe he will get something huge out from Primordial Glyph, so it really depends, because if this will be like a Flame Strike, then it's okay. He decided to coin out Medivh's Wallet. I'm not sure why. But okay, so like hero power on this turn is pretty fine, because it's like healing. We can just use hero power, so I'm not losing my cards. But do we want to? Scalemancer is also a really good idea if we want to play around Meteor and also around board clear, because he might have Flame Strike or Blizzard out from the glyph. So I think it's fine, even if he will trade into the Devilosaur, so we will lose this card, but then when we will play Scalemancer, on next turn we can go for like Mirage Collar and Defender of Argus. Do we even want to trade? Like, then we are saving our Devilosaur. Okay, yep, fine. Then he will need to use some kind of removal for the Devilosaur. And he can't really play Volcanic Potion or Blizzard. Oh, there it is, Meteor. So at least we will get an 8/8. So here we've got the Devilosaur Egg plus also Scalemancer, which is fine. Yeah, I think this is the right play. And then we can play Defender between them. Yeah, okay. So once again, he can't really play any kind of board clear. We are protected because of 2 taunt minions. Okay, so we have too many free drops, but having like Shadow Ascendant into 1 elixir makes sense. Or like, let's keep Acolyte and coin out the free drop. Okay, so this is also fine. We'll probably skip turn 1, but then we'll have a follow-up. We can even consider coining out the Sunfury Protector and then playing Shadow Ascendant, so this will get the buff. Okay, so next turn he can go for the Mortal Coil. But then it's fine. Oh, okay. Cleric, perfect. Okay, so we have turn 1 play and then a really good follow-up. We need to kill him really fast, because then we might have a problem, because he will heal and create all those big guys. Okay, so this, and we can go for Shadow Ascendant. He doesn't have coins, so this is okay against Hellfire. I think developing the board is better than getting cards, at least right now, because if he won't have any answer, and probably he won't, so he will just use hero power, it's fine. Then we can... Do we even care about the Devilosaur Egg? It's really good against the Hellfire, so we can play this. Hope that Cleric will get the buff, because then Hellfire won't trigger the Devilosaur Egg, so it will be just a 1-1. Okay, so please do not play Hellfire. No, he's got Hellfire from the top. What is happening? So okay, we can go for the Acolyte, play Archer's Veteran, because then he won't play probably the file, so because we'll get a lot of cards, and this will trigger the Deathrattle. Okay, so this is fine. We'll get a 2-1. So it's also a pretty good minion if we consider the stats. Okay, so like we can play Sunfury here to trigger this effect. But then he will get a Doomguard will be probably even better than the Void Lord, because it will be almost impossible to get through the Void Lord. It's really important, I think, like adding 1 Spellbreaker, because this is pretty aggressive deck and we've got huge problem with the Q block just because of the Void Lord. So Scalemancer is interesting, but then he can trade wherever he wants. So like Sunfury here, and then Acolyte, I think so, because this will deal additional 2 points of damage, but I don't think this is like this is the case. Or do we want to, like, we don't really care about cards because we can get them anyway from the Acolyte. So okay, face. Raise his face and hope for the best. Then we will see, because like even if he will trade, then Hellfire is not really doing us that much, and he already played 1. Oh, okay, so he can trade into my 5/5. I think it makes more sense. So then I will need like 1 more. Oh, okay. So we killed 1 Devilosaur Egg. Oh no, you've got double Mistress. This is terrible. And because I'm afraid of the Carnivorous Cube, we should maybe even trade into the Doomguard. And this is a big problem. So even if I will play like Acolyte and Twilight's Call... Yeah, but there will be only... So he already played double Spellstone or 1 Spellstone? I think 1. So we can like play this, then kill the Doomguard just because of the cube, even if I don't like this. I think this trade should happen. And hope that he won't have any way to kill the Scalebane. Like he can just play Mortal Coil. He will heal for 8. And what then? Oh, Modern Giant. Okay, but we can at least like deal 5 damage to him. Okay, so like Scalamancer is okay. Because if he will play board clear and trigger the Deathrattle, he will need to trade. And if he will kill this, then I can get from the Twilight's Call another one. And I think Acolyte, because then if he will go for weird the file play, I can get more cards. Yep, and attack phase. We've got enough health points to probably survive anything. Yeah, because even if you're like Doomguard and something, it will be okay. He can attack and then play Siphon Soul, but I have seen that in few versions they're not even playing this card. Ooh, okay, Dark Pact. Another Mountain Giants. Are you going for a trade? No way. Then I will get an 8/8. Oh, Bone Mirror. So we can go like all in. Hope for the best. Because I can play this on Scalamancer, he will need to trade. But I'm so scared that... And then play this here, but do I don't think we are trading. We are just going face. Or like one small trade, just to get like 2 cards rather than 1. But if he will have Spellbreaker, it will be so problematic. So next turn he will get +8. He will trade here, another one. Then he will get +8. So still, like, I will need 2 more turns. So then it's okay to get additional card. 1 more card guaranteed. But please do not have Spellbreaker. Like, maybe you are not even playing this card. No! Oh wait. It's even worse than the Spellbreaker, I think so. You are giving me cards? What? What is happening? Okay, so what can I do here? I can play Twilight's Call. Okay, so that's the good first step. Then... yeah, like we have to go for it. But then, Defender of Argus, or... I can trade here, then kill the giant, which is fine. So, like, it should go this way. Okay, here, trade, and then play Direwolf Alpha in order to kill the Mountain Giant or just go face. Okay, so we will play this here. And are we trading or going face? If I will deal this damage to him, I think it's better. Yeah, because if any of those big minions will survive, like if he will pass the turn, then okay, I will have more damage. And it still will take me 2 turns to kill him. And even if he will play... we killed only 1 Doomguard, so Blood River Gloom is not as that powerful. And maybe he's not even playing Twisting Nether. I have seen like few deck lists of the Q block and they're playing 1 copy or maybe even 0. Oh wait, so you're going for this? Okay, so you can trade your big minion into Ma. Oh yeah, Mortal Coil, never mind. Okay, so he can go for the full clear. Wait, why? I don't really understand, but okay. So he's not going to kill me. Unless he will get like... no, it's impossible. Okay, so we're healing this, going face, yep, fine. I don't really understand, like in this situation he should definitely trade. Because he's not going to kill me, like even in 2 turns it will be a little bit problematic. So he will get... Void Lord or Doomguard. Please do not have another Dark Pact. It will be healing plus. Ooh. How is it even possible that those Q blocks are so lucky, or like this deck is so busted? Okay, we've got Elixir, and Elixir is summon a 1/1 copy. So it should land here. Trade here, healing. Fine. To be honest, I really hate Q block because they have like every single tool that they need to like do whatever they want. They have super powerful board clears, they have really huge tempo swing, they have late game Exotic Raptor, Blood River Gul'dan, all those things combined. He can just trade, get another huge demon, because why not? Yeah, this is not enough. Okay, so well played.
It is finished.